Hey, it's Nathan with OptionsForAll.com. In this video, I'm going to put on some live trades because I am home. I didn't have to go to work this week because it's Christmas, so that's kind of nice. So I'm home and I'm able to trade and record it, live in action. So we're going to go ahead and put on my weekly trades. I'm going to be putting on some covered calls on the IBIT ETF, which is the ETF that follows Bitcoin. And I'm also going to be putting on an Iron Condor on SPY. So those are the two trades I'll be doing today. Now, I've already done my research and analysis on these trades and decided I'm going to put them on. So that's already been done already. This is more of me going into my account and showing you that I'm doing it for real. And also, if you've unfamiliar with trading and want to see what happens when you actually click submit, well, then you can see the entire process right here. I'm going to try not to cut anything, so if I stumble or mumble or something like that, I am sorry. I'm just going to try and do it live and do it in one take. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I think I'm going to do one of the trades in Robinhood Legend and then the other trade just in regular Robinhood here. So I'll go ahead and do the covered call first, and I'm going to go to my IBIT position. I have 3,500 shares of IBIT, plus I also have 3 leap options, long call options as well. So I could put covered calls on those positions. They're poor man covered calls, and so I basically have 3,800 shares of IBIT, and I want to do a covered call on half of them. So 19 contracts is what I will open up right now. And I'm going to be doing an expiration of Friday this week. Now, one thing to note is that the market is closed on Christmas Day. So we only have 4 trading days, but also we're closed at 12:30 the day before Christmas, so Christmas Eve. So we got 3.5 trading days. So it's a little bit of a different week. So probably the premiums will be less on these covered calls and maybe even the Iron Condors. The Iron Condors I'm going to do at least 40 days out. So those premiums should be about fine, but the covered call premiums will probably be a little bit less because we only got 3.5 days of trading. However, they're on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin trades 24/7, 365. So there could still be volatility, and maybe the premiums won't be that low. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm going to go to IBIT real quick, and I'm just going to go to trade IBIT options, and I'm going to be selling, and I'm selling a call expiring December 26th. That's this Friday. I try and do weekly covered calls on IBIT because Bitcoin is so volatile and going so far out in the future. I don't know, there's so much room for stuff to change. So I usually just go 1 week out, and then if I need to roll or something like that, I will. Now also, what's kind of nice is, let's see if this works. IBIT kind of opened up high right now, so it's already had a nice little pump, so this could be a good time to put a covered call in because it's already pumped up, and it probably won't keep going, or maybe it will. We'll have a Christmas miracle and it'll keep going up, which is also fine. But it's already had the pump, so it could be a good time to put in a covered call. When it drops all of a sudden, you usually don't want to put in a covered call because it might bounce back. So usually you put in your covered calls once it's already pumped. It's kind of the gist. Also, I'm doing it at around 10:08 in the morning, so the market's opened up, had 38 minutes to do some stuff and kind of calm down now. So this is typically when I would enter my position. All right, so let's go on here and there we go. Okay, let's see. So the current price is 51.15. I'm going to look for a 0.2 delta. I got a 0.2 delta or 0.21 delta at 53. And I'm going to go ahead and add that to my order. And we can see my projected profit, expected profit and loss. I earn my max profit if IBIT stays below 53. My break even is 53.20. 53.26, and then I lose money past there. Sorry, my kids are in the hallway making noise, so kind of distracting. All right, so we're going to go ahead and continue. I wanted to put on 19 contracts, and limit price 26. We'll go with 2.7. Maybe we squeeze out another few bucks and good for the day. We'll review the order, and we can see my collateral right here is 1,900 shares of IBIT because I have those 3 leap options already. And it gives me the details. You're agreeing to sell 1,900 shares of IBIT at $53 on or before December 6th. December 26th. If you aren't asked to sell IBIT by then, you'll keep your collateral and the full $513 credit. This doesn't include regulatory fees. Okay, cool. So, and in that amount of time, the the spread has changed. Let's go 0.29. Maybe if I keep waiting, I could make a lot of money. Okay, now we'll hit submit. And contract sold is 0 out of 19. We'll see if it fills. All right, I'm going to replace the order real quick and continue, and we'll do 0.28. We'll lower it a little bit, review our order, and submit. All right, the bid-ask spread has dropped, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to get it filled. I guess IBIT is dropping a little bit, so we'll just do 0.23, and we'll go 0.24, and review order, and submit. And the price of IBIT is actively dropping at the moment. I'm going to come back to it. Let's go put on our Iron Condor trade. I'm going to leave this open, and we'll see if it places. But I got it at 24-cent limit price. The bid is 21 cents, so we're 3 cents off. And the next nearest ask is 22 cents. So I'm a little bit high right now, but maybe Bitcoin or IBIT will bounce a little bit back up and my order will get filled, or maybe I'll come in and do a lower strike price. Like we can see my delta, it was 0.21 when I first started putting on this trade. Now it's a 0.18, and so maybe this one will be more valuable or more closer to the 0.2 delta. So we'll come back to it in just a minute here. Let's go to Robinhood Legend and put on our Iron Condor on SPY. So here we are. And I'm going to go ahead and switch to SPY. And the reason I do this trade is because I'm trying to receive like $400 a week. It's kind of my goal. And so I'm trying to do it through SPY and doing Iron Condors and just see if I can keep it going. So anyway, I want to go out about 40 days. And the reason for that is that's when theta starts to kick in. So my options become, since I'm doing a credit trade and the theta kicks in and the value of the options start decreasing more dramatically 40 days or less. And so I'm trying to capitalize on that theta decay with these positions. So that's why I go out 40 days. I don't know if I explained that well, but basically 40 days is when theta kicks in harder. And that's good for credit trades, which an Iron Condor is, or a short Iron Condor is. All right, anyway, I'm going to go 39 days out and simply put on the trade. So let me go to the price, or the current price, somewhere. There it is. All right, we'll go ahead and do the call side first. I'm going to do the 0.2 delta, and I was going the wrong way. My bad. The one Robinhood is one way, the other Robinhood is the other way. All right, so 0.2 delta, there we are. So we got it at 705. Perfect. We'll go ahead and sell that particular position. And then we want to buy, I'm going to do a $5 spread. So I'm going to buy the 710, and then we'll come to the put side and put on our put credit spread. And went too far. 0.2 delta right here, so 657. All right, we'll sell that position. And then we want to buy the 652, right? $5 spread in the strike prices. All right, so here's our short Iron Condor, and I'm going to sell to open the 705, buy to open the 710, sell to open the 657, buy to open the 652. My limit, oh, look at that. Limit order to sell 19 IBIT was just filled partially. All right, we'll check that out in just a second, how much was filled at, I think, 24 cents. So sometimes it, pays off to wait a little bit. All right, so we can see my quantity of one, I'm doing 3 because I'm trying to get to $400 or so. And my limit price or credit is $1.63. We'll leave it at that for now, see if we can get that order filled. And we can see my max profit of $489, max loss of $1,000, and then my break evens right here. So that's what we're working with. I can go to simulated returns real quick. We'll take a look at our chart, and we can see if it's greater than 657, so our short put strike price, then we are going to make our full amount or get to keep our full amount. And if we're less than the 705 short strike price, in that range we keep our full credit. Otherwise we start losing some to our break even, and then we go all the way down where we could lose $1,011. So I would monitor obviously this Iron Condor position, and if I need to roll out a leg, I could do that, or roll out a side, I could do that, and so on. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and double check everything. It's a good practice to double check everything before you click submit. And I can see that it says I'm doing a SPY short iron Condor, so it's nice when Robinhood confirms that I'm doing the trade that I think I'm going to be doing. So cool. We'll go ahead and click on submit, and let's see if it fills. And it's working right now, so we'll wait a minute. And while we wait on this, let's go back to our IBIT trade, and we sold one contract out of 19 so far, but the bid has gone up, I think, a penny or two, and we're right there. So these other ones might fill any moment now. I'm hopeful. Let's come back over here, and nothing's worked yet. Let's go ahead and check out what's going on. I'll click replace. It's bids 160, mark is 163. We'll go 161. All right, replace order. All right, let's try this. Working, and partially filled, and filled. All right, so our short iron Condor has been filled, so that's cool. We earned or got $483 credit in our account. Now, I don't personally count that as making money until this position has closed or expired, but it is nice to, you know, get $483. But the trade's not done until it's closed out, so we're not going to count that as a win until it's done. Let's come back over here and look at IBIT. So it's still just kind of hanging out, and let's see. Let me look at the deltas again. So IBIT's kind of dropping at the moment. We look at our price history 1 day. So it's kind of easing down a little bit. So let me think. I'm just going to go ahead and replace this order real quick. And okay, so we need to put on a new order because it partially filled. Let's do 21 cents. Oh, $21, 0.21 cents. And we'll review the order and submit. And IBIT is still dropping. I'm going to go ahead and replace this order, and we'll come back out here and we'll cancel that. I'm going to actually go to this strike, the 52.50, and we'll add that to our order instead and continue. And that the reason I'm doing that is because the delta is about 0.2 at this time, and okay, 0.26. So I want this thing to fill 18. We already filled one. We'll review our order and submit. And there we go. Contract sold 18, and I netted another $485 plus the one that I sold earlier. So basically probably earned or made about $1,000, you know, in 15-20 minutes this morning. Of course, it doesn't count until I close these positions out. So we'll do, you know, weekly update review. I'll post another update on probably Saturday or Sunday this weekend coming up on, you know, this trade and how it ended. So yeah, hopefully you found this video interesting or helpful, and if you did, I appreciate your source of likes, comments, subscribes, and I hope you have a great day and great holiday season. All right, take care.